recent times we have heard the D word a lot in Europe. The D word is nothing else than deflation. Actually, economists are very much concerned about deflation because it leads consumers to invest less, especially housing. If you don't believe that housing prices will increase, why would you buy a house? Why would you take on debt? It's the same for the corporates. If you don't believe that you can increase your revenues or that tools will simply get more expensive, you will not invest, and it means that you let people go. So it has this vicious spiral of less consumer demand and more unemployment. And there are very few steps to fight against this. We are not yet there. We have a kind of a low-flation environment at this stage. Low-flation meaning that our inflation in Europe is 0.7%. In Spain it's actually negative already. It was at its low in recent months at 0.5. And if I tell you that the target of Mario Draghi, of the ECB, of the European Central Bank, is 2%, you understand that 0.7% is unacceptable in the long term. Mario Draghi has a lot of problems currently. First, he had to ensure that European politicians understand this problem, and that as well Germans and French and the periphery countries are aligned. That was a major job already. The other issue is Mario Draghi has only a few measures to take. Currently, the ECB is fiddling around with refinancing rate and deposit rates. The impact is there, but it's not a very strong impact. Let's not forget that time is very important. If I look backwards and I look at Japan, where we had, because of a mistake in monetary policies, we had an era of 20 years non-economic growth. We understand that Mr. Draghi must have a few sleepless nights. Mario Draghi should nowadays be ahead of the curve. Some market participants believe he will have some quantitative easing sooner than later. I do not adhere to this. I believe in the short term, Mr. Draghi probably will continue fiddling with the refinancing rate and the deposit rates. And only when the market is testing him, he will clearly act at that stage. The markets will drive him into a decision. The key vehicle he can act on is actually the exchange rate. It's the euro rate. The market will test him by pushing probably the appreciation of the euro against the US dollar north of 140. As Mario Draghi himself, he said that if we have a 10% appreciation in the euro, we have a drop in inflation of 0.5%. So once we go to 142, 144, the market is testing him. And at that stage, he has to act clearly. We probably will see an exchange rate north of 140 euro against US dollar. And we recommend investors to take advantage of these peaks in weakness of the US dollar, and each time in a global balanced portfolio to accumulate dollars over the next 24 to 36 months.